For decades, men have asked the same question in different ways. Does it matter? Is bigger better? Am I enough? And the internet hasn't exactly helped. Between unrealistic expectations and adult content, social media comparison, and locker room bravado, the pressure has only grown, and with it, insecurity. But what do women actually think? Not opinions from forums. Not myths passed around like urban legends. Real data, gathered from real people, about what size means and doesn't mean in the bedroom. In this video, we're breaking down the facts, the survey results, and the psychology behind what women really value, so you can leave the confusion behind and start focusing on what actually matters. Let's begin with a landmark study published by BMC Women's Health. Researchers surveyed 75 sexually active women, asking them to evaluate three-dimensional models of varying lengths and girths. The goal? To find out what women prefer and under what context. The results were clear. For long-term relationships, the average preferred size was 6.3 inches in length and 4.8 inches in girth. For one-time encounters, the numbers were slightly higher, 6.4 inches and 5.0 inches, respectively. What does this tell us? First, the average man is much closer to ideal than he probably thinks. Second, women's preferences shift depending on emotional connection and context. Third, girth, not length, plays a bigger role in physical sensation and satisfaction. Now, let's go even deeper. For the vast majority of women, size might influence initial excitement, but it's not the make or break factor many men believe it to be. So, what actually matters more? According to follow-up studies and interviews, confidence, not arrogance, but presence. Communication, the ability to ask, listen, and respond. Technique, rhythm, control, and awareness. Connection, emotional presence during intimacy. Physical health, stamina, scent, fitness, and hygiene. Now let's talk about why size becomes such a mental trap for men. From a young age, men are conditioned to tie self-worth to performance and size, reinforced by media, jokes, and silent comparison. But that creates a dangerous loop. Man compares himself. Man feels inadequate. Performance suffers due to anxiety. Confidence drops, and the cycle repeats. Here's what women in clinical sex therapy settings often report. His insecurity was a bigger problem than his size. When he was confident, I was more attracted, regardless of size. I don't care about inches. I care that he's present and responsive. So yes, confidence matters more than inches. But here's the nuance. Confidence often comes from progress. And that's why some men still want to improve. Not because they think they're broken, but because they want to feel stronger, more in control, more satisfied. That's where natural enhancement tools like Bathmate enter the conversation. Bathmate is a water-based pressure device designed to help men improve erection quality, blood flow, and size over time, naturally. It works by drawing more blood into the erectile tissue, helping train the vascular system for stronger, fuller performance. It's not about overnight miracles. It's about consistency. And many men who use Bathmate report improved confidence, better vascular response, more visible thickness, and yes, increased length over time. But more importantly, they feel more in control of their bodies. Let's return to the data for a moment. In a study from UCLA, researchers found that the first 2 to 3 inches of the vaginal canal contain the majority of nerve endings responsible for physical pleasure. Instead, women tend to prioritize how their partner makes them feel emotionally, rhythm and control, variation and attentiveness, how safe and desirable they feel, and none of that requires a ruler. Here's what several anonymous women shared in open surveys. I've had partners of all sizes. The best ones were the most attentive. One of the smallest guys I've been with gave me the most consistent pleasure. It's not the size, it's how he makes me feel with it. Now, does this mean all men should stop caring entirely? Not necessarily. It's okay to want to optimize your body, to improve blood flow, to support stronger erections, to want more fullness, better stamina, and improved performance. Just make sure the goal is empowerment, not shame. Make it about you, not comparison. Support your vascular health through exercise, good sleep, L-arginine and citrulline-rich foods, and tools like Bathmate to enhance circulation. That's how you make progress you can actually feel inside and outside the bedroom. In a Journal of Urology survey, over 50% of men believed that the average preferred size was above 7 inches. In reality, less than 5% of women reported wanting anything over that. This misperception leads many men down the path of unnecessary anxiety, chasing an unrealistic ideal while ignoring the fundamentals. This is why sex therapists often focus more on communication skills, arousal techniques, and pelvic control when helping men become better lovers. Tools like Bathmate, which help increase blood flow and tissue responsiveness, can contribute to a man's confidence and physical readiness, but combining that with awareness, breath control, and attentiveness is what truly elevates the experience. Ultimately, most women prefer a partner who is present, self-assured, and connected, not one focused solely on his measurements. So, let's ask the original question again. What do women really think about size? They think it matters a little. It's not everything. It's never the only thing. And confidence, control, and presence matter more. If you're happy with your body and showing up fully, most women will be too. If you're insecure and overthinking, even the biggest size won't save you. So stop chasing perfection. Start building presence. Train your body. Take care of your health. And focus on creating real experiences, not hitting a number. Because when you feel strong, you perform strong. And that's what they remember.